was born in the US. My parents were studying there, and they got divorced when I was at a really young age. And yeah, I was really young, so I was angry, I was frustrated, I didn't really understand anything. It was so confusing for a child. It was hard. I lived in Saudi with my mom until my 7th birthday. Actually, the night before, she promised me that she would take me to Toys R Us. So I slept with the excitement of me waking up and going to Toys R Us with my mom in the morning. But I actually woke up to people shouting, and I remember seeing them push my mom against the wall, and them being my father and his sisters, my aunts, and then with her crying and just me feeling so angry against what they were doing to my mom. And then she was begging them to take me to Toys R Us since that's what she promised, and she didn't like to break her promises. And one of my aunts just dragged me to the car, and I did not see my mom after that. It was hell. It was horrible. I had a horrible stepmother. She used to torture me. She was so mean to me, and whatever I did, it would not please her. She just didn't like me, and I felt like it had something to do with my mom. But she once pushed me in the bathroom, and I fainted. I fell and fainted, and then she didn't even care. She just closed the curtain and just left me passed out in there. And when I woke up and told my dad, he didn't believe me. He decided to side with her. I don't know, I guess she had some vengeance against me. She didn't like me. Maybe she was jealous. I don't understand her. It was getting to the point where I would, how do I say it? I felt so bad about myself. I was so miserable. So I just had to do something. I had to take action. So I just left the house without telling any of them. And I deserted them. I left. I couldn't take it anymore. It was when my dad sexually abused me. It was a night where my stepmother and my siblings went to Riyadh on a trip, and we were alone in the house, and I was naive and I was young, so I was scared of being in a big house alone, so I went and slept next to him. He did not rape me, thank God, but there was not a part of my body that he didn't touch and that I felt disgusted with myself.
Did you tell anyone?
At first I didn't, because I thought it was my fault, and I was so disgusted with myself, and I was disgusted with him of how he could do that to me. My own father doing that to me. It was hard to comprehend. So at first I didn't tell anyone, no. I did face drama, but not to the extent where I did with living with him and his wife. There was one particular night though that I remember. I was feeling so bad about myself, and I was remembering all the bad things that happened to me because of him and his wife. And I felt so depressed and disgusted with myself, and I decided to cut myself. She walked in, and she saw me, and she looked me straight in the eye, and she told me to get over myself, and that there is no poor me. Stop thinking that you're poor. Stop thinking that everyone needs to take sympathy over you. Stop taking sympathy over yourself. And that really got me through it. She was an angel. She was my best friend. She comforted me. She supported me every step of the way, and every step I took in my life. She taught me so much since she was so wise. She taught me how to forgive. She taught me how to relieve my anger. She took me to Taekwondo classes so I could do exactly that, relieve my anger. She taught me drawing to relieve my sadness, which is my biggest passion right now.
Since your mother taught you forgiveness, did you forgive your dad at the end?
I did. I was forced to, because I lost my mother. We got into a car accident. I was depressed. I lost a piece of my soul. As I mentioned, she was my best friend. I was so sad. I resorted to leaving school. I didn't go to class for a whole year. I did nothing but feel sorry for myself. My advice would be to understand, make people understand that everyone is going through something, and everyone has something in his or her life that they find difficult and hard to face. And once you understand and take someone's advice, like I took my mother's advice, is to stop pitying myself, to stop thinking that there is a poor me, and to stop thinking that I am a victim and take control of my situation. And how I did that was by another piece of advice, which is talking to someone. Find that someone that you can confide in, that someone that you can trust and let out and vent and take the burden off your shoulder and put it onto their shoulder, so you don't explode and melt down because of all the pressure that you keep inside yourself. So those are two of my key advices on how to get through something so traumatic as I did.